Western government, a soap opera of political intrigues, scandals, and, well, a whole lot of shoutiness. It's a far cry from China's slightly more sedate, some might say more stately style. When I first came to China, I was fascinated at the idea of living under a different political system. A system slightly less entertaining, certainly, definitely less loud, and to some observers in the West, less democratic. At least that's what I first thought. Time now to shed some light on how the Chinese govern themselves and compare it to the more blustery, more blousy cousins in the West. And to help me do just that, I've come to meet Jia Qingguo. He's the Dean of the School of International Studies at Peking University, and more importantly, he's a big cheese in the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, or CPPCC, China's top advisory body. About your role in the CPPCC and what that means.
It's a place for political consultation. It's made up by representatives from the ruling party, the 8 democratic parties, and also some other organizations like the trade union, women's group, youth group, religious groups, etc.
So actually, it's a lot more democratic than people in the West probably realise, because there are other parties involved. The opposition parties are there too.
They are not opposing the ruling party. They criticize and also make constructive suggestions to help the ruling party to do a better job.
After talking to Jia Qingguo for just a few minutes, I can see already that Chinese governance isn't actually that far removed from the West. The CPPCC is like the House of Lords in the UK, advising, explaining, and bringing skills to the table that other organisations just don't have. And it's democratic too, albeit democracy Chinese style. As an outsider looking in, it's all very sedate. It's very serene, it's very quiet. Is that what it's really like inside?
Maybe the purpose of the formal setting is to show the unity, harmony, and also the orderliness of this political process. But internally, when we have closed-door sessions, people can be quite vocal and quite critical, and sometimes quite emotional. So there are two aspects to it.
And no one can doubt harmony brings results. The CPPCC alone has submitted 5,769 proposals in the past 4 years. By this February, 99.84% of them had been registered. That means 4,279 proposals had successfully been dealt with and replied to, and a whopping 84.3% had been adopted. So while we in the West are busy shouting and squabbling, here in the East, the Chinese are quietly getting the job done. Jeff Moody in Beijing for CGTN.